Welcome everybody, Radio23 here, and it's time to boom some beaches. Today we're just going to go through a quick family update for the penguin family of task forces, and then we're going to get into some highlights from the task force. So let's check it out, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. The grind is over, all landing crafts maxed. You know what that means? No more resource reward. Now we've got 4 troop damage statues, which I think is awesome. Couldn't wait to get rid of that resource reward. Look what we got here, Gumbo Energy 13, don't need that. Because we've already got some 15s, 16s, and 117. Cool, right, so Penguin family has had a massive shuffle around. If you haven't heard, here it is. I'm no longer in Stone Penguins. So Stone Penguins is now a feeder task force for the 2 competitive teams. So Bait Penguins and Ripped Penguins are both 25-man competitive task forces, or well, we're pushing. So we've started off quite low because before this, we have a look. This was the feeder task force before, so from Mambo below, they had a joke on milk run, and they were just running all those lower end operations. And since we jumped in, we're doing choke point or curtain call. So Bait Penguins, yep, we're still getting into the swing of things. Haven't been in the 25-man before consistently, so we're just working out a few of the kinks, getting the intel up, all that good stuff, but we're going to be pushing. Coming after Ripped Penguins, because Ripped Penguins have been doing the 25-man thing for a while. They're doing pretty well, but we're going to catch them. But a sibling rivalry there to be had. That's awesome. We also have Dazed Penguins, and they are our 25-man feeder task force, so this is where our medium level guys are going to be. We've still got some shuffling around to do, but I imagine this is where our medium level players are going to hang out. Reach is their leader, great guy, looking after them. And then Stone Penguins has been handed over to Davy Jones. Played as a 50-man task force. Those force points might start falling off because we're obviously pulling all the great players out, or we're trying to stack the 25-man teams to do really well. So these guys are going to be feeding us, and that's awesome. So these guys are working on their game. And David Jones is making sure he's medium, lower levels, get all the right statues, work on the right troops, practice the right things. So that's awesome. So that's it for the task forces. Have a look in the comment section below. There'll be more details if you want to join up, join the band communication app, or join the task force. And let's get into some hits. My favorite part. So we started on choke point, and we wanted our leader to kick us off. So I found a spot for him to put his grenadiers, because he loves his grenadiers. Big Beau. So I was actually a little bit stumped by this layout to begin with, because I normally write the notes. If you look around, you can't really park AZ anywhere with without throwing quite a few shocks. So we decided that because we're down at choke point, we can actually start GBE destroying things now again. It's been a while since we could do that, running up a dead end. So we've got Beau taking out their rocket launcher before he even launches, keeping those sniper towers shocked so his grenadiers can do work unharmed. Happy to lose a few to the boom cannon up top, and he's just ripping this base apart. We couldn't believe it because we've been operating at dead end, doing the odd massive attack. We haven't seen grenadiers clear out a map like this in a long time. Yeah, so he's just clearing it out. So the idea was to reduce shocks, and he's reducing shocks quite substantially. So he actually gets rid of those top machine guns as well. Put these ones on the right. And boom. So he actually got it down to the level where Swigs, one of our lower level players, who's been progressing really well, so he could use his Zukas on it. So he just throws the Zukas straight up the middle, and he doesn't have as much to shock anymore because Beau's pretty much leveled the map. So 3 shocks and 2 again, and boom. Down goes Duality for our open, our premiere. Alright, we've got a special one from Milk today. He loves this. He's gonna love me for showing you this one. So we've already taken out a few things on the right. He's just gonna GBE that shock launcher down so he doesn't have to deal with it later. And remember, he's got Rooker loaded. So Rooker being Rifleman and Zuka. So gets that shock launcher down. Nice flare landing using every inch of space that he's got available to him. And boom! There go all the flares. Also known as Ghost Rifleman. I think he was planning on dropping those Riflemen, but he got a bit distracted with the flare drop first, and then rapid fire flares. So I don't think that was the plan for his attack, but all good. Good morale had. He's taken out the Mortar and the rocket launcher. So how about the next guy? We weren't too worried about that bottom rocket launcher. It's not going to be in range of the finish. But there you go. That's how you rapid fire flares. So next one we've got first curtain call that we ran. Wasn't able to get it, but we gave it a good shot. So I've been trying not to show too many attacks from this guy, because he just throws up some amazing hits. But here he is again in the highlight reel. It's Pia. So he's just gathering some GBE down the bottom whilst he's clearing mines, and then he's comboing the flare landing. So even though he's clearing, he's still keeping all of his Zukas really nice and tight, anchoring them up before he flares them all up. Skims those 2 mines, awesome. And I want you to watch this top shock. We'll go a little bit faster, but this top shock, not a lot of people will believe me that you can do this, but if you aim it right, boom, you can get those 4 mortars. So he's obviously got the rocket launchers down the bottom as well. That doom cannon on the right's giving him a bit of splash damage grief, but if you hit that shock, he hit it again. Got to hit the middle bright green part in the power cell and the power core, then you can get all 4 of those. And I've actually got that on one of my shock bases for friendly challenges, because there's a great shock to be able to hit, and it's got an aiming point and everything, so definitely check that one out. So this next one, I wanted to show you Swigs again. So he's got Hooker loaded. So the reason that he's got Hooker loaded, we've already had a couple of AZ sneaks at the power core, and we've got it down to about 160,000, I think. So check out my calculator episode, and in there's a headquarters damage calculator on Wiki, Boom Beach Wiki. So check that out, and this is basically what you can work out. So we decided from the calculations that we needed to destroy, I think it was about 20 buildings. And if you destroy 20 buildings and you don't even have to touch the core, and it will destroy it, because 70% of the health of the core is spread among all of the buildings on the map. So he's already taken 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another 9 in that section. There's 13. And then he takes out another 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it was about 24. But he didn't even have to see all that barrage he was holding because he knew he didn't even have to use it. So it's great. If there's some fuel cells that aren't being defended out the back of the map, you can use critters on those. So just run the calculations. It won't help you all the time, but if you get it right down to the right amount, you won't have to throw all Zookas at a long risky path when you can do that. So definitely check that out as an option when you're planning your hits. Next one is from the op today. We've got Milk, the dairy thief. So Bars was in the chat and he said, "Hey guys, I'm loaded, I'm ready to go, I'm boosted, I'm gonna hit Duality." So Milk reads this comment and just ignores him. He says, I'm gonna hit it anyway. He didn't say anything in the chat. Milk didn't say anything in the chat. But Bars had already said, "I'm about to hit, I'm just planning," and everybody was happy with that. And then Milk just dives in. Poor Bars. So he gets all the shocks off. 1, 2, 3. There's some critters in the mix to keep the cannons away. Mortar picks off a few. Boom. So there's a nice attack, Milk, but it's a little bit selfish, you know? Just let Bars have his thing. If you want to take it, then ask him. So that's the Dairy Thief in his prime. Next one is an attack from Doof. Great player. Really great player. So let's have a look at what we got. This is Paradox. I was thinking about hooker left. Clear out sort of all the defenses on the screen here. And then hit the core from about 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And just let the heavies absorb all the damage. But Doof said, "I want to try something a little different." And I was like, "Sure, man. Go for it. You're a great player, so just show us some magic." So he's cleared that mine. And then this is beautiful. 2 smoke landing. You saw that in the AZ landing video I just did. There it is in action. So if he did his flags a little higher, he would have had them all and in one spot. They would have been closer to the defenses and they would have been a bit more grouped, but that's fine. He did an awesome job, got pretty much every Zooka to the spot. Got them all under one, and then check out 3 critters, 3 shocks, and just smashes the core down. Boom. And the great thing about one of those attacks is that the next person can then replicate that. So someone, I think Bars was already in the chat because he just got undercut or got his grass cut by Milk. So he was ready to go. And because he had seen how Doof did the hit, he can just copy it. So he had a little bit of a smoke overlap. So he didn't manage to get the 2 perfect pros 2 smoke landing, but it's good to practice even when there's only a little bit of pressure on the beach. And same thing, flags a little bit low, but it's fine, and gets all the Zookas up to the spot. And then I believe his shocks were a little bit off. Let's see what happened. So critter, shock. Where's the third one going? So that bottom rocket launchers is already destroyed, and that third one's over on the left. And he's got the core right down. Uh-oh. No Zookas left. Whew. Lucky you had that barrage, buddy. Great takedown. I love it when there's no Zookas left. It means pure efficiency usually. He's not trying to save gold, that's for sure. Nice work, Bars. And the next one I want to show you was Okolovo. The reason I want to show you this one is because this is going to feature a little bit, well, not feature, but this theory is what I'm going to do a video on a bit later, and that is Zuka targeting priorities. So he's doing a nice flare landing down there, and he's going to flare around to the left. I see he's tagged this shield generator, but if a Zuka is in range of a defense, even if it's undamaged, it's going to target the defense over the damaged building. So the way that the priorities work is that it goes, so at the top, the first thing it will prioritize is a damaged defense, or the most damaged defense, and the most damage, the most damage, etc. And then an undamaged defense will be the second priority, a damaged building, and then a building. And when I'm talking about just a building, it's something that doesn't shoot at you. So you can see the first things they targeted was that shock blaster, and then they're targeting the cannon. So when you're going after a shield generator or any building that's next to defenses, you need a flare. So you see you got that flare on the shield generator, it was just a bit late. And then part of the plan was to bite out this GBE, damage this shock launcher. So you got that halfway down, the next guy took it out. So that's the priority system, and I'll go through that in a bit more detail in another video. So those are all the highlights I got for you today, and already told you about the family. So comment down in the section below which highlight was your favorite, which was the funniest, and give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more boom boom.